what I want to do now is to show you what to do when you need to restart your thread. So let's imagine this thread's even shorter. Well, actually, I know I'm not going to make it around the whole row, so I may as well restart my thread now. So what I'm going to do is I know that I need to go over this spoke and under that one at the top. So I'll do that, but instead of actually weaving under that top spoke, I'll just poke my needle down on the right-hand side. And as I do this, as I poke my needle down to the underside, woven roses are quite delicate, so I'm just going to pop my finger on top of the rose to make sure I don't whip any of it out of shape. Gently pull through the working thread, and if you pull really tight, you'll make your rose all bunch up. So I'm just being really gentle with this step. And now my thread is on the underside, and I will knot that off. I'll show you how. So we just have to be really careful we don't knock anything out of place on the top side. So I've got my free hand and I'm holding the rose firmly with my finger on the top side of the fabric. Now I'm just going to duck my needle in towards the center of the rose where it's all quite secure. Just gently pull through the working thread, and I'll do that again, but this time I'll leave that loop to duck through. And as I tighten that up, I've made a nice knot. The whole time I was doing that, this finger has been holding the rose in place on the front of the fabric. Okay, I'll just snip that tail off, and then we'll have a look at where we're at on the top side, and I'll show you how to restart your thread in the right spot. Okay, so because I had my finger nicely holding that rose in place while I knotted off the thread on the underside, it's all held its shape well. So I know I ducked my needle down to finish the thread there on the right hand side of that spoke. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart my thread by bringing it up on the other side of that spoke. Just be really gentle as you pull that through from the bottom side. If you feel any resistance, just make sure you're not catching your rose. And now we can continue as we were, and no one ever knows. It just looks like we ducked under that spoke instead of finishing and starting a new thread. If you forget where you started or finished, don't worry, just bring your needle up and try to continue that over under pattern, and I'm sure you'll be fine.